This topic that we are going to cover today is going to be about MetaMask. Why MetaMask, or why we have chosen this topic today, is that when we talk about blockchain and we talk about cryptocurrencies, which are the underlying assets or the tokens that pretty much get transacted with every blockchain transaction that happens at the back end, one of the core components or one of the core fundamental components that is going to be essential for everyone who is going to come into this blockchain world is going to be a wallet. Because for doing anything on a blockchain, be it storing data, be it creating or minting an NFT, creating a smart contract, executing smart contracts, there is nothing that you can do without having access to a blockchain wallet. So while we are talking about blockchains, I believe Amitesh mentioned this in the last session as well, that blockchain as a technology is something which is implemented in a different types of formats, or different blockchains have been implemented with different sets of technological tech stacks and stuff. But the underlying philosophies of blockchain pretty much remain the same across all the different chains. But still, if I want to segregate or classify the blockchain into maybe two broader sort of chains which are prevalent in the market, one would be Bitcoin and one would be Ethereum. So both of these blockchains pretty much are currently on proof of work consensus mechanism. Ethereum moving towards proof of stake, but still, one of the major fundamental difference between the two would be that Ethereum has something which is called the smart contract features and functionalities, which comes out of box from there because of its support for the Solidity language, which is there, and its own Ethereum virtual machine, which allows you to do that. Bitcoin, as of now, it doesn't support that. So Bitcoin, as of now, it doesn't support to create smart contracts by default, but it has its own USPs on all the chains that have got forked. One of them being Flow blockchain, which we are using to create Flowcard as an app. That is also something which is a fork of Bitcoin, but it has some fundamental differences. So my target for the two sessions that we're going to do on these wallets are primarily to show you how these two different type of blockchain wallets work. So that starting with today is Metamask, which is a wallet which is primarily used on Ethereum and its different subchains that are used, like any sort of NFTs, smart contracts can be deployed through here, or any of its side chains or subchains like Polygon, Matic, anything that you, or Dogecoin, everything that you have on the Ethereum side of it, those can pretty much be managed from Metamask. The other session that we're going to do in the next session would be on the other side of the blockchain, which is the Bitcoin fork ones. And that when you have those two sessions done, you will see that there are quite a few fundamental differences in the working of the wallet. So we just wanted to show you or give you a taste of both working of both those wallets. So without taking much time, I'll just jump straight into how to install MetaMask and how to pretty much create your addresses, how to get coins, and start with it. So if you can see my screen, this is the metamask.io website. That is the home of MetaMask wallet. MetaMask is a wallet which is not a desktop wallet. It has to be installed either on a browser. The supported browsers currently are Chrome. They are Chrome, Edge, Mozilla Firefox, Brave. These are some of the browsers that support MetaMask as an extension. So you can install MetaMask as an extension to these browsers, or you can have the wallet available on your iOS or Android. But one of the things that most devs would do, they would pretty much use MetaMask as a Chrome or some browser extension, because that allows you to connect to different websites using MetaMask. But there is a great facility which MetaMask provides, which is login into any site using MetaMask, just like what you do with Google OAuth or LinkedIn OAuth. You can pretty much log in using MetaMask credentials. So those are some things that can be done and which we would focus on in later sessions. So just to start with it, how do you get this? So what you just have to do is you just have to come to MetaMask IO, and based on the browser and the environment that you're on, it automatically suggests you which type of download you need. And it just tells me that I am on Google Chrome, and it just tells me that download for Google Chrome. And if I just click on this, it is a basic common uh, Google extension or Chrome extension that gets invoked. Since it says that I am on an incognito window, it doesn't allow me to install that. So I just need to uh, go to a non-incognito mode window. I'll just open that up right now by clicking on new window, going to the same site. And this time when I go to download, I'll get an option to pretty much get that. Right now it says that it is, I'll just remove this bit because it was already added in there. So you will pretty much get this sort of a screen. And when you come to the screen, all you have to do is just click on add to Chrome and click on add extension. And it will take a few seconds. It will download the extension file. And as soon as it does that, it automatically gets added into your browser as an extension, and you can just start with it. So as you can see, as soon as it got installed, I can pretty much see the extension on the extension icon over here. And if I click on it, it pretty much took me directly to the MetaMask screen. I can directly start from here, or if this by somehow it has gotten closed, you can just come over here, click on MetaMask again, and that should open up one screen on the side. Yep. And it opens up. For the first time, when you are starting with the MetaMask wallet, it will go through a setup process. You just need to click on Get Started. There are two options that you get. One, if you are starting with a fresh MetaMask install, you need to click on this option of creating a wallet. If you already have MetaMask somewhere in a different browser or a different device, you can import that wallet as well in here. I'll show you that as well in a few minutes. But to start with, what we need to do is we need to create a wallet. So we'll click on this create a wallet thing. It will just tell us what MetaMask will do and what it won't do. It doesn't collect keys, addresses, transactions, doesn't collect your full IP address, and doesn't sell data for profit. And it does allow us to an opt-out settings and send anonymous page views, which doesn't include personal details. So I just need to agree to this if I want to continue. Then I have to put a 8-character minimum password for this so that I need to secure my wallet. So I'll just put that. And then I need to agree to the terms of use. If you want to read that through, you can pretty much do that by reading through all the terms and conditions if you want. And then just come back here, check on this checkbox, and just hit the create button. As soon as you do that, within a few seconds, your MetaMask wallet should be set up. It gives you a small, quick demo as to how you can secure your wallet, different do's and don'ts about how wallet can be safely used for new users. I would recommend that if you're a first-time user, you do watch this video and see how everything shapes up. And once you are done with it, just click on next. This is where it is very important that you see this secret recovery phrase. So this is where the second option which we saw, which was importing the wallet. So this is something which is a recovery phrase that MetaMask or any wallet basically gives you in case you ever lose your wallet, or you somehow format your device, or you have lost access to your device. What you can do is you can pretty much keep these handy. For right now, for this demo, I'm just going to copy this into a notepad, which is absolutely a non-recommended way of keeping this phrase. The recommended way is to either write it down on a piece of paper and or memorize it. Memorizing it is a bit difficult, so you can just keep it written on a piece of paper. One thing that you should know with these secret phrases are they should be memorized or written in exactly the same order and in the same the number of words and the spelling. Everything has to be exactly precise, because this is something which allows MetaMask to recreate your private keys, and from there all the addresses and the chains of addresses and all the assets that you have against those, it allows you to import those back. So just in case you have lost access to your wallet, or you want your wallet to be available on a different device, you need this. So absolutely, when you get this, you can either download this as a say file and save it somewhere, keep it in a notepad if you feel that that's secure, or the best is just write it down. So once you have done everything, just click on next, and it will ask you to confirm your recovery phrase. So what it will do is you have to pretty much select those words directly from the buttons that pretty much are shown below, and you just have to click on those in the exact order as they appeared on the previous screen. So like extend, then I'll just move it to my other screen, extend, then I had cross, coast, surround, quit, logic, idea, you, cupboard, other, hungry, sweet, and then you just confirm. So that's it, and you pretty much are all done with your importing, and the wallet is pretty much up and running. So I do understand that if you compare this with normal conventional wallets like what we have for our uh, fiat money like Paytm or any other sort of wallets, it is a bit cumbersome to have these memorized and addresses and stuff. But when you do consider the assets and the crypto tokens that get transacted through these, and the way this particular technology works, it is quite important that you understand all the security features of it and leverage everything and be on the safe side of it, rather than pretty much having these hacked or something done later on. So this is something which is now done. So now what I just would like to take the focus on is this one. This top right screen, if you see on my screen, it says that Ethereum mainnet. And this is where you can switch this Metamask wallet into a mainnet network wallet or a testnet network wallet. In Ethereum, it does allow you to have this wallet work for multiple chains that are also parts of Ethereum, like all the different tokens, the ERC20 tokens like Polygon, you have Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, every other tokens that you can think about, which is based out of Ethereum. You can pretty much manage each and every token from here. It is just that you need to configure them by adding the network here. So right now it is on the Ethereum mainnet. I unfortunately do not own a single Ether, or which is the currency for Ethereum mainnet. I do not own that, but if I want to test, if I want to work on this, if I want to learn, there is always a test net for all the blockchains, which allows you to get these coins pretty much free of cost because they do not carry any sort of values, but these wallets do support those testnet coins and you can manage them over here as well. So how do we change to the testnet coins? So I just go to, need to go to in here. So in here, first of all, the Ethereum testnets are pretty much available out of box. So just have to click on show and hide. And in here, if you go and see, this is the checkbox that needs to be enabled, which says select this to show test networks in network list, and just click on. And then you pretty much can see all the test networks that Ethereum has. So Ethereum does have a lot of test networks. One of the most popular being this one, which is Ropsten, which I would be using as well. So this is Ropsten test network, which allows you to have the same functionalities, the same features of the Ethereum mainnet, but without owning any actual Ethereum coins. So you can pretty much get these coins directly from something which is called as a faucet. And faucets are something which are hosted by different crypto providers or different service providers, like Metamask has its own, Ethereum itself has its own, and some people do host these, wherein testnet coins have been mined and procured by them, and they pretty much keep a stack of them. And anyone who wants to test anything on Ethereum testnet, they can request them, and they pretty much transfer that some small amount of Ethereum testnet coins to you free of cost, so that you can just start on the blockchain journey. So I would be doing exactly the same. How do I do that? So once you have this account set up, if you go to this, it says the account one, which is by default a name given to your account, which you can change as well by clicking on the account details. In here, you can see this pencil button, which you can change. I can pretty much change this to something called test Robston 1 or something. I can pretty much change this to me. And then you have this weird looking number with an alphanumeric value, which is called your public address. So any blockchain wallet does have a key pair. So just like what you have in your bank accounts, you have your bank account number, which is your unique number, which is used by you to receive and send money to someone. In blockchain world, these public keys are somewhat like your account numbers. These are your representations on blockchain, but there is also a hidden and a private key against this particular public key, and that private key is something which you should never share with anyone. And that is because if someone gets hold of your private key, they pretty much can have access to all the assets, all the NFTs, all the contracts, pretty much everything that is associated with that particular account. So it is of paramount importance that you never, never, never share your private key with anyone, anywhere. But yes, to pretty much, if you want that somewhere, or if you want to have a look at what your private key is, you can pretty much come to this account details, click on this export private button. There is a Metamask password that was entered at the very beginning. If you remember, I just need to put that password in here and click on confirm. As soon as I do that, I have this private key. I can pretty much show that right now because this is a test account which I'm not going to continue. So this is the private key and this is the public key. So these are the key pairs that when you talk about blockchain or you see about blockchain, you would find these terms pretty much everywhere. Blockchain address, public key, private key. So these are those private keys and public keys that you come across all the blogs and stuff that you want to see. So if you want to have a look at those, feel free. They are pretty much in here. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to have some Ether tokens or testnet tokens. So I'll just copy this to my clipboard and I will open some sites which I have. I need to figure out how to move this across. So these are some of the testnet faucet sites that I've just opened up. I'm not sure if I can share something on chat. If I can, I will do that. What the chat is. Okay, so what I'll do is just before the closure of the session, I'll just put up all these URLs on the chat just so that you can pretty much access those and see how they work. So this is the first faucet that I have, and what I'll do is I'll just copy the account or the address that I had created in the previous screen on my Metamask wallet. So I'll just copy this across, and then I'll just move across to the faucet and paste this and click on give me Robston ETH. And it says that it has successfully queued about 5 tokens for me. And it says that expect that to be there in about half an hour. Let's see that whether we get that during the session. So I'll do that in some other sites as well, so that I at least have some tokens to show you. So these are pretty much the validations. So I just need to put them across and verify that I'm a human. And okay, now we need to hit all the motorcycles. Verify. And now this is one of the things that it says that faucet queue is too long, which means that this faucet is not able to serve my request. So I don't have a problem. I have multiple. So if I want to see if I get anything, I currently out of these 3, this one does work. So that is something that just pretty much happens from time to time, that you might or might not get those ETH faucets to work, because the queue is pretty much long, because like us, a lot of other developers are also fetching those coins. So right now it says that I don't have any ETHs, but I do have in one of my other wallets. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna ask or send that Ether token to this address. So let me just open that up and send to this address amount of ETH1, and I just click on next and click on confirm. And not sure if I can open this up. So let me just bring another browser which has my other uh, wallet, Metamask test wallet that I had previously created. So this is where I was sending. So this has about 10 ETH that I had, and I just sent one ETH to the new account that I created. When I sent it, it had this transaction which was saying pending, but there is a process that happens at the backend which is called mining, which is basically validating the transaction that I did, whether it's a valid transaction or not. As soon as that happened, my balance on this wallet came down by one ETH. And in here, you can see that I now have one dropstring ETH. What I can see is that in here, if I go to activity, you can see that I received this. And I can see that it has been confirmed. The transaction ID is here. It has come from this address, which is written over here, and it has come to my address. So these are pretty much the transactional details that come in. If you want to view this on something which is called as a blockchain explorer, you pretty much click on this link and you will see all the details about that when whether this transaction is a success or a failure, which is the block number in the blockchain, the timestamp, from where it came, to whom it was sent to, what was the value, what was the transaction fee. And this is one of the important parts that you need to understand as well, that when you do a transaction on blockchain, you can transfer a huge amount of crypto tokens from one account to another. But every transaction that you do, it does attract some amount of network fee, which is used to run the network. And that is the fee that the miner or the validators are given. So that is a sort of an incentive that people who are keeping the network going, they pretty much have, so that network is continuously ongoing, and those people who are putting their effort into making that network pretty much continue, they do have that incentive. So for one ether, this is the amount of ether that was transacted as a transaction fee, which was given to the miners who pretty much did that. So this is pretty much what a wallet does, a MetaMask wallet does. But one of the important things that I would also like to just show you is that how MetaMask also allows you to connect different sites so that this address can automatically be used with a connected site. So the other account that I had, I'll just like to show you one small website. This is one of many websites that have recently popped up around teaching about blockchain and stuff. These are very good websites that you can just use to self-learn. In this, if you look at, I have this MetaMask account connected with this site. And if I open my MetaMask, it will, with this particular tab in context, it will give me this small icon on the top, which says connected. But if I just go to the same site from my other account, which I just created, if I go to the site called metaschool.io, if I go to this and okay, so if I just come here and I again log in here as well with my email ID that I have, it just sends me an OTP to log in. I'll just do that. And I just want to show you one small element in here, which is how they pretty much make login or accessing MetaMask details on a website. So if I come here and I just click on the same course in here as well. In here, it says that my MetaMask is connected. If I disconnect it and if I go to my MetaMask wallet in here, you will see that the same, since it is now not connected, and if I open MetaMask now, you will see that this icon changes to not connected. But as soon as I click on connect, it is as easy as clicking on this button, and it will ask you which wallet you want to connect. I want to connect it with MetaMask. And as soon as I do that, it will open up and it will give me all the accounts that I have in MetaMask. And it will just ask me which account I want to connect to. And I can just select that, click on next, and that's it. And it automatically shows that it is already connected. I won't do that because I already have that connected with my other account. So I won't do that again. But yes, that is as simple as that. And pretty much all the login, all the encryption, decryption, pretty much they happen with your blockchain IDs. So that is absolutely something which is a breeze in how MetaMask works. So yes, this was pretty much something which I wanted to share. If there are any questions, if there is anything that you want to ask or share, please feel free.
Thank you, Abhijit. Yes, guys, the floor is open for your questions. You can type in your questions, you can unmute yourselves, you can ask your questions. I'm sure you have heard of wallets, and this is a good time to clarify your questions. These are industry guys in working on developing blockchain. They're the best ones to help you. So do ask your questions. Any questions? Go ahead and ask, guys. Okay. Yeah, Abhijit has shared some links. So
yep. So these are the same faucet links that I use to acquire those testnet funds, just in case anyone wants to have these. And I've just put in the MetaMask URL as well for your reference.
And what was shown today is actually the very basic aspects and understanding of wallet. I mean, for anything on the blockchain, we all need to learn and understand wallets very, very clearly. So that's the whole idea, and it's easy. I mean, it may sound overwhelming for the first time if you're seeing it for the first time. Otherwise, it's not that hard. I mean, it has a specific way of doing it. So I think it'll just get there. It's easy, and of course, Ethereum is one of the very well done user experience wallet per se. So once you have got used to it, you're mostly covered with most of the understanding for the other wallets as well. And honestly, it's still at a very, very user level. I mean, the dev level is going to be the next level any which ways, which you can. And if you are interested to learn the dev level, you can always reach out to Riti and get a personalized career guidance on how you can actually go about it. We offer these courses along with SkillWyze, and we are very happy to be there to help you out. It's just to help you understand what exactly it takes and how does it work.
right. So Amit is just and Abhijit, if you can just tell them what can they do and come prepared for the next session.
Also, for the next session is going to be again on the wallets as well, but it is going to be the other side, which is the Bitcoin and that sort of chain. So we would be talking about something which is called as Flow blockchain. So what I'll do is I'll just share the link for that particular blockchain as well. And if you want to pretty much go ahead with us and start working on that session, and you can pretty much come prepared with installing this wallet if you want. And this is the URL for that wallet, which is flow.cash. And that is the Flow blockchain. It is a bit different. It is not a Chrome extension or something. It is a Windows or an iOS or a Linux desktop application. And that is where it is absolutely takes a separate direction from how MetaMask works, wherein you have to pretty much sync the entire blockchain on your machine first for that wallet to work, basically. So yeah, if you want to come prepared, this is the link that you need to follow.
Great. So probably they can, I think until the next session, they can use these links and create their MetaMask wallets and just, experience the whole thing of transferring Ethereum, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Setting up the test network also. Right. Great. So any questions, guys? Please go ahead, ask your questions. How can you use this? Where do you use this? How is it applicable to what you want to do? Anyone? Yuva, Venkat, Priyanshi, Aryan, Satya.
Come on, don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think it's okay. I think thanks, Abhijit. Thanks for a great session and time. And we're always available. And I think these learning events are interesting, and it's good to go back to basics and learn. So thank you, Abhijit, for a great session today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you again. We'll share the link for the next session soon, and stay tuned with us. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abhijit. Thanks, Amitesh.